Lena Dunham sat down with Variety magazine, and she claimed that media coverage of Hillary Clinton was sexist, quote, in every single portrayal. That's a bold claim. Let's see what she said.
The way that Hillary Clinton's been talked about in the media is so gendered and rabidly sexist in every single portrayal. The adjectives, whether it's the attacks on her personal life or the adjectives that are used to describe her clothing, we have to do a full re-examination. Like, I literally want to make a list that we hand to media outlets that says, like, these are the words you can't use when describing a female candidate. Shrill, inaccessible, difficult, frumpy, plastic. I mean, there's just a list of words that if we were allowed to talk about male candidates like that, I'd have a fucking field day. I'd enjoy my life so much. Sorry, I get too worked up.
Okay, well, first of all, we do use those terms against male candidates. I know, I do it. Not only do I do it, one of the specific examples she gave there, she's like, plastic, we can't call the men plastic. Go back and look at my tweets during any of the Democratic debates or the Republican debates. Virtually every time Marco Rubio opens his mouth, I send out a picture of a Ken doll and, mock him with whatever the fuck he's saying. Martin O'Malley, same thing. I look for, blonde hair plastic dolls and tweet out the picture mocking him because he's so plastic and so fake, and he's obviously putting on that politician's cadence and rhythm and act and style of being and talking and all that stuff. Same with Marco Rubio, same with Martin O'Malley. I've referred to them as plastic hundreds of times. Hillary Clinton I've referred to as plastic 0 times. I have many problems with Hillary Clinton. None of them are that, she's not a good speaker. In fact, I think she's a really good speaker. She doesn't come across very politician-y. Maybe a little bit, but not overly politician-y like Martin O'Malley comes across and like Marco Rubio and others come across. So, you're just wrong in saying, hey, nobody refers to men in this way. They do, and I have specific examples of it. All right, but furthermore, you're not even trying to make a coherent argument because some of those terms are in no way, shape, or form sexist. So, for example, you said inaccessible and difficult. Okay, people say that she's difficult because she's difficult. There's been people who have worked with her closely for years who are like, yeah, she's kind of hard to get along with, and she's kind of a perfectionist in how she wants people around her to act and how they treat her. I mean, there were some reports that she asked for riders when she gives a speech. A rider, like she's a rock star or something, like she's J-Lo. Other politicians don't do this as much as she does. There were reports that she didn't like a specific podium that was, that was given to her at a speech she was going to give at a university. So they had to get rid of the podium and bring in a new podium. Okay, that's difficult. That has nothing to do with gender. If a dude was acting like that too, we would say the same thing, okay? And inaccessible, again, people say she's inaccessible, and they said it at the time when she was refusing to do media interviews. That's the definition of inaccessible. She's not giving access to the media. Now, you can agree or disagree with her deciding to do that, and perhaps it was a smart political strategy at the time, but that is the definition of inaccessible. It's got nothing to do with your gender. If a man made the same decision, people would say he's inaccessible too. But that's the thing. It's like you have your conclusion. It's sexist. Everything is sexist. And you're just working backwards to that. And the biggest point here is that undermines sexism. Because now when something is really and truly sexist, what's going to happen? Otherwise, good people are going to roll their eyes and go, here we go again with the fucking bullshit claims of sexism. I heard the other week when it was Lena Dunham saying everything about Hillary was sexist. And, I know that that's not true because the arguments were weak and not true. So now every claim of sexism, roll your eyes, it's all bullshit. You're actively hurting the cause that you claim to care about the most. And look, man, let's face it. This isn't a situation where we're really focused on policy substance anyway. We're just playing the identity politics word game here. Sexist, racist, this, that. and you're not, okay, well, let's talk about policy specifics. Let's talk about policy specifics. And let's go down the list here, and let's see who agrees more with the overwhelming majority of the American people and pushes for the most substantive things, Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders. You don't want to have that conversation because then the person you endorsed would be the wrong person.